Joanne aced it as far as showcasing this Land Cruiser was concerned, making the online community believe it was the ultimate 4x4. Tackling difficult and challenging terrains like rivers without bridges, one could only wonder what to admire more, her driving skills or the car's off-road abilities. It wasn't just a car for her but a toy as well. Never did she shy from showcasing the fun and good times she had in this absolute off-road monster. Down the streets of Kutus, the Jalopy was always seen looking muddy even in dry weather. A clear testimony of just how far she would go in search of off-road fun. Her consistency on content creation got our attention, one thing leading to another with us offering to restore her Jalopy for free. To many, it was just a Land Cruiser, or a Jalopy as she called it online, but we knew this was her safe space, what she turned to in search of tranquility. Nonetheless, the car had been severely abused. And in desperate efforts to keep it running, she had done a number of rebuilds herself. I mean, you have to give it to her, because it's not every day you encounter a lady rebuilding an engine all by herself. Sadly, her match was not enough as traces of abuse and negligence were all over. The car had hit bad weather. It was more like a ship rocking stormy waves without a harbor in sight to anchor. And this is where our expertise in 4x4 rebuilds would come into place in this rescue. Our goal was to make this Land Cruiser the ultimate 4x4 overlander that Follow wanted everyone to believe it was. The whole idea isn't just restoring the car but bringing her imagination to reality on the build, making it as practical as possible. That has always and will always be the case every time a customer comes to us for a rebuild. As we left Castle Forest Lodge that evening, we knew what we were up against, or so we thought. It was at our garage when we realized some parts of the car had been held down by duct tapes. Tires were badly worn out with close to zero traces of tread. You really can't help but wonder how such tires conquered the terrain they did. But I think that answers our question. It was more of her driving skills than the car's off-road abilities. Mind you, this car has always been on open differential without the option of different locks or any modern form of traction control. Considering the fact that she would sleep in this car on her overland escapades, we wonder how much dust she had to deal with. The car would literally get started by anything metallic, throwing its safety to question. Rust was an ever-present occupant of this car, with duct tape being the only shield you've got from tetanus. Soundproofing has never been a term used regarding this car. The closer we inspected it, the more we realized that indeed it was a Jalopy. Very inspiring when you think of just how much Follow loved this car and the fun she has had in it, despite its condition. With the bells ringing, it's about time we restore this car and make it the ultimate overlander in Kenya. And yes, we aren't sparing any budget on this. We appreciate Joanne's engineering, and we will definitely be consulting her to bring together our expertise and her experience on the builds. This will be one formidable team bringing imagination into reality. And to the hundreds of you who came to witness as we picked up the Jalopy, be sure we won't disappoint. Precision Automotive has always been about keeping our promise on delivering whatever is expected of us by the client. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and get a chance to learn more about builds, as we will be posting each and every single step of this build. You can visit us along Moringa Road, Kilimani, or contact us on 0786 888 988 or 0707 938 254.